from me. My salvation comes from me. My salvation, it comes from me. My salvation 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 comes from me. It comes from me. Lesson 70 from A Course in Miracles. My salvation comes from me. This idea seems almost too hard to believe. How could I be the problem and the solution at the same time? How could salvation come from me when I feel so far away from that? The lesson begins by saying, all temptation is nothing more than some form of the basic temptation not to believe the idea for today. Not to believe that your salvation comes from you. This is where all separation comes from. The idea that you have separated yourself off from your only function to bring salvation to the whole world and, of course, to you as well. The lesson goes on to say, salvation seems to come from anywhere except from you. So too does the source of guilt. Do you see how these two things are intimately linked? The idea that salvation would come from anywhere but you and therefore the source of guilt. Do you realize that guilt is the only thing that is keeping you from realizing this truth? The idea that you turned away, that you somehow separated from your source. But if such an idea is impossible, if that separation never occurred, then salvation is nothing more than you realizing the truth. So how could salvation come from anywhere but you? The lesson goes on to say, when you realize that all guilt is solely an invention of your mind, you must also realize that guilt and salvation must be in the same place, within your mind. Understanding this, you are saved. Salvation comes from a change of mind, from realizing that you never left your home, waking up from a dream. Is it possible that it's so simple? The answer is yes, it is that simple. You have invested so much time and energy into not believing this that it only seems difficult. It seems a faraway possibility, even if it's that. But what you're hearing is that it's happening right now. You are in heaven this very moment, if you would but open your eyes to see. So salvation comes from one place, within you. So this is the very moment that you choose this. When else could you possibly do such an amazing thing?